Hey everybody, welcome to the bench. Today I've got my buddy Aaron's RCA PA head up on here, and he heard one of my Bogan conversions and asked me to take one of his amps home and do a little conversion for him. So I was a little bit nervous, but I was honored because he was the guy that really got me into doing amps and getting into tube work. And yeah, so this is the RCA. Looks like it's got a lot of pots to play with. I certainly had some fun with this. Turned out pretty good. Pretty savage sounding. When I first plugged it in, it was the cleanest amp I've ever heard. You could not get 1 ounce of distortion out of this amp. It definitely wasn't pushing the full 35 watts, or 30 watts it is, but it was just super clean, and I thought, maybe this amp should be kept clean. Clean amps are nice sometimes, but he wanted something sick and twisted. So I got into this, and it really didn't take me that long, surprisingly. Once again, I got the schematic up on the screen. Sorry for the glare. And yeah, it looks like we've got 2 preamp tubes. They're 7025 noise-free 12AX7s, I guess. And basically, I kind of started the gain staging a bit like a Soldano, I guess. I threw cathode bypasses on both sides of the first preamp tube, and then on the second preamp tube, I ran a 39K cold clipper and 100K cathode resistor on the other one, and it turned out pretty good. The only problem is now I can't get anything clean out of this amp. It goes from zero to sick and nothing. So it's like I've turned it from a completely clean amp to a completely dirty amp, and I can't get any clean sounds out of it now. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should rethink my approach a little bit. As you can see here, it's using the 6SL7 as the phase inverter, and I believe the 6AU6 or the 6C4, one of these, it looks like it might be driving the tone stack, which is incredibly powerful. The bass and treble on this thing just whomp, man. I mean the bass just cranks, the treble just sizzles. So I'm assuming it's because they're, it's being driven by one of these, possibly maybe this one. Yeah. So and I wish I knew more about amps and circuitry, but I'm learning. Each one of these that I do, I pick up a little more knowledge, and the troubleshooting I have to go through is exciting and challenging and scary and fun and all that good stuff. So this is running 7027 power tubes, and when I looked up the 7027s, I got here my tube data. It's basically just kind of a low-powered 6L6. With a different pin out. So, but they sound pretty good. So, so far so good on this thing. But yeah, here's a little shot of the back. Put a little switch in there for him to try and curb some of that 39K if he doesn't want all that distortion. Although everything, even putting like a 1K in there, didn't really seem to do much, as far as cleaning it up. But that's just me. But yeah, so I took the input transformers out. He had the input transformers all hooked up in this thing to run it. And I hate that stuff, man. Those things are tone zappers in my opinion. So I got rid of all that stuff and hardwired it up, basically, for lack of a better way of putting it. But yeah, let me flip this thing over. Oh, look at the gut shot. Here's what we're looking at. And, you know, basically everything I did just kind of right here. I just really messed with the first, you know, couple of gain stages in this thing, and tried to clean up some other values where I could, or bring some caps more into the guitar range. Instead of this thing is just running nothing but 047s everywhere, so I threw in a couple of 02s and here and there. And I changed the treble pot to a 250K, and I changed the first preamp to a 500K instead of a 1 mag, and it seemed to tame down a little bit of that high end. But this amp has a lot of high end that's hard to get rid of, but it's got a lot of it's got a bunch of low end you can drive into it. So this amp's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to do a little sound demo here, but the only weird thing I noticed about this amp too, when I got it, other than it was missing a preamp tube, is that I saw on here that the black and yellow is 105, black and brown is 117, and black and red is 130 volts. And if you look, they've got the black and red hooked up. Excuse me. So I'm a little curious about that and what's going on. I need to ask him if there was something else he knows about, or if that just needs to be switched back. It's got a big crazy resistor in there. But yeah, Aaron did some of the work in this too. He has done work in this before I did. I just basically kind of came in and yanked out a bunch of stuff that was in here, and all this transformer stuff. I had caps all hooked up to it everywhere, and just stuff going everywhere. It was just, you couldn't see anything right there. So finally, once I got it all cleaned out and cleared out, I was able to kind of get to these two preamp tubes and kind of have my way with them. And I'm not sure if I'm totally done with this thing yet as far as the voicing of it and whatnot, but I'm going to take it down to him and see what he thinks. He may want some clean in it, you know, but so you'll hear with the demo there, just this thing doesn't do any clean. It seems to kind of like, I don't know, the clean is almost comes out like kind of like a blocking distortion or something. Like I can't get the clean to like ring out or like sustain. I don't know why. It's almost like all the balls are in the overdrive in this thing. So, you know, and I'm sure that's just my lack of knowledge, and I need to get through that. So, yeah. We do a little sound test here. All right, we're back. And I'll shine the light over here a little bit better. Maybe you can see what we're dealing with. All right. So I'm running into this thing direct, right out of my guitar, right into the head. All right, here we go. Master, put it at about 2. We'll start at 2. Careful, my family's still asleep. But so it's just I can't get no clean out of this thing though. If I turn the gain all the way down, good sustain out of it, but you know, it would take it the other way. Cool. So yeah, this is a it's an RCA SA 54. The numbers on it are really ambiguous, and I haven't seen too many of these around. I've seen one or two, but they seem to be kind of rare. But boy, this thing's coming along kind of cool, huh? Look what he's asking for. Ouch. But hopefully it might be a little more worth it now that it's got some crunch and can do something. But yeah, so there's the RCA. Thanks, Aaron, for letting me get to destroy your gear and bring it back in my little way. And I'll be returning it back to you soon, brother. Adios, amigos. All right, everybody, we're back. And, you know, after reviewing that video, I wasn't super thrilled about what I heard with this thing. And I realized the problem that I was having with not getting any clean is I had a bad tube. The whole time I was working with this thing with a bad preamp tube, voicing it and messing with it and changing all the values. And so finally I got 2 good tubes put in it, and the whole thing was completely off. I mean, I had to go back and restructure a whole bunch of values and silly stuff. And but I'm actually got it going again, and I'll do another little sound test of where I'm at. And it's coming along, but I've lost all the low end, it seems. So let's check this out here. Okay, so where I'm at right now with it is that still screwing around. You know, previously in the video, I guess I kind of acted like I was finished, but I always feel like I'm never really finished with any of these things. I mess with them and mess with them and change things around and until I start pulling my hair out, and then I got to put them up on a shelf and move on to something else. But so yeah, this has been an all-day event, and it's starting to come together. I just need to figure out how I can taper off some of that high end and bring back some lows. And hopefully that second demo was a little better than the first. I know it wasn't amazing, or you know, sometimes it's not even worth posting about, but hey, gotta have some kind of content, I guess, for better or for worse. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and catch you next time. Bye.